Hey everybody, it's Tuesday. I managed to survive Monday. It's quite pretty out. It's partly cloudy, sunny, and we have an air stagnation warning, which means it's going to be interesting weather-wise for a few days. Still tired. Managed to get to bed at 10 o'clock. Got a little bit of sleep, but of course I spent half the night hacking. This is getting old. I really, really, really hate it, if you haven't figured it out by now. Comment on my previous blog is if I've been tested for sleep apnea. And yes, I have, actually. 2 years ago. I was diagnosed. The problem is they don't know exactly how bad the sleep apnea is because I can't sleep on my back. It's painful. So I always sleep on my side. They had to kind of guess how bad the apnea on my back would be. I do tend to stop breathing even when sleeping on my side, but it's not that often. One of the main problems I had was I breathe fast and shallow when I sleep, which apparently does cause problems too, but since they figured the apnea on my back was be really bad, I was able to get a CPAP machine, which has helped a lot, but of late, I think probably one of the things I'll need to do is go back into the clinic and get retitrated to find out what pressure I'm at, because I'm at one of the lowest pressures there is. I also have a thyroid problem it's not a thyroid problem. I have an autoimmune disorder called Graves' disease, which does cause a thyroid problem, hyperthyroidism. Even if I got rid of the thyroid, I would still have the autoimmune disorder, which can cause a whole hell of a lot of other stuff. I'm on medication to keep the thyroid under control, and one of the reasons I am possibly exhausted is I have gone the opposite direction. I am hypothyroid at the moment. What I need to do is I do need to go in and get some blood tests taken, and I also want them to check out a couple other things while we're at it, because if you have one autoimmune disorder, the chances are you can develop another one. It's amazing the number of Graves' patients and Hashimoto's patients. Hashimoto's is the autoimmune disorder that causes hypothyroidism, opposite of what I've got. Develop things like celiac disease, which I'm reading some of the symptoms, and I'm going, I know I'm starting to have problems with wheat. It just might be an intolerance as opposed to a autoimmune reaction to gluten. But I do need to have that checked out, because some of the symptoms of that is the extreme tiredness. I do know that when sometimes I'll eat a lot of wheat-based products, I'll feel all icky. And so something to check out. Since I hate going to the doctors, I really do, especially when it involves needles. I hate needles. I used to say I was allergic to doctors and needles. I've gotten much better. I don't scream when they stick me with the needle. I just whimper a lot. For a while there, I was getting my blood drawn so often, my veins went south. They couldn't find them, and they had to start using a butterfly needle to go in the back of my hand. And even then, they were having problems. So that's a few things I got to get looked at. Of course, then again, it could be it's just that I have just run myself down into exhaustion. Between working full-time, trying to keep the house running, the fact that I don't do well in the wintertime anyways, because I do just want to hibernate. I so wish it was 5 years old again when I could just play and do nothing. But, oh well. Fun stuff. At least my class is over with. I just have to get those last 2 papers in. I was actually finally able to look at my homework again yesterday, and my God, it finally made sense. Some of it. The one paper that was heavily based in the theory of Marxism made my eyes cross, but then again, apparently it made everybody else's eyes crossed. It was really hard to slodge through. I really, really, really hate academics who write full of jargon and continually repeat themselves. It's like when you suddenly realize you've read the same sentence that's been stretched over 10 pages, you've got to be kidding. Ugh. They really need to teach some of these academics how to write properly, understandable, and for not just themselves. But, yeah, it was a fun class. I enjoyed it. I probably should have taken a lower level class for jumping back into the water for doing classes, but it was one I needed to retake because I wound up flunking out of it the first time around because, surprise, 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 I didn't know I had Graves' disease at the point, and the stress and everything like that, I just kind of completely wigged out of the class. So, but I had fun. It was kind of cool associating with all these kids. Luckily, at least one person was my age in the class, so I had somebody I can identify with. But, while I'm sitting here in the break room, I want to show you something cool. Now, I think I mentioned on the previous video that instead of doing a gift exchange, we are going to sponsor a family. Well, got a hold of the food bank, and they had a family in mind. So, our staff social committee president got the names of the people and what they need, and so we've got additions on our tree. Things like oops, dropping things. Okay, had to have a slight change of venue. I had a few co-workers come wandering into the break room, and I'm a little self-conscious about doing videos in front of them. But that was the tree with the little additions. It'll be really nice. I believe there's either 5 or 6 kids in the family, so they do need a lot of things. And one of the things, when I saw the original list before it was made into the cards, and it was like the parents were asking for movie passes so they could have a night out, which I think, yeah, with that many kids and you're struggling to keep the family together, yeah, you do need to be able to have a night out with your spouse just to have time together. So I'm sure we'll come up with all that and other stuff for the family. Have to go through and see what I can pick up. So I'll probably pick up a few things. And I'm sure we can also add like toys and stuff to the kids. So, well, about time to go. I will talk to you guys all later. So, if I don't see anybody later tonight on Stick'em or whatever, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, just a quick note, survived class, and heading back to the office to pick up the rest of my stuff and then wait for the hubby. But, looking pretty out. So, nighttime on campus. There's where I had my classes. And the walkway's pretty clear. So, I don't know if this will show out the steam rising over the steam plant. And because we have so little money for facilities, we have parts of stairways closed off. So, see you guys later. Bye-bye.